Good afternoon, everybody. Luis Morales here, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. It is 2:30 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon. Nice sunny day here in Northern California. Let's go ahead and break away from the desk, get some stretching going, get some movement in. All right, you guys, before we get started, feel free to drop anything in the chat if you feel it needs some extra love, some extra stretching. If something from the exercise with Exos workout earlier just really got your body, go ahead and drop it in the chat. Hip flexors, you know that's one of my favorites. Can definitely work it in. Awesome. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started though, guys, on the ground, hands and knees. What we're gonna get into is a little bit of child's pose. We're gonna add a little bit of a twist to it today, maybe something unfamiliar. So planting those hands under the shoulders here, we can widen out the knees a little bit, bring those toes a little closer together. We'll walk those hands out in front of us and sink those hips back into a comfortable position. And here you can kind of rest your face, your chin, your cheek on the ground, whatever is most comfortable. Take a breath or two. Just relax in this position for a second. All right, everybody. So now we're kind of comfortable in our position here. Our palms are face down on the ground here. And what I want us to do is kind of ball up our fists a little bit, but keep our thumbs up. So we're kind of giving the double thumbs up here. Let's go ahead and rotate those shoulders so our thumbs are now pointed up towards the ceiling. Kind of notice how this feels, if this feels extremely tight in the shoulders now. Take a breath or two, let that tightness melt away, hopefully. Thumbs are just up towards the ceiling, we're still breathing. All right, you guys, let's try and rotate a little bit further if you can. So let's try and point those thumbs now away from each other, almost turning our palms up towards the ceiling. Just go as far as you can go here. Let's continue to breathe, kind of feel where it's tight in the shoulders. Maybe you're feeling the lats stretch out a lot. I know we were activating those during those bent over A's earlier. Wherever you're at, let's just keep breathing. One more deep breath in this position. Nicely done, you guys. All right, slowly, let's let those thumbs rotate back towards each other. We can put those palms down and then slowly rise up out of this position, putting some more weight into our hands and our arms. Nicely done. Okay, now I'm gonna flip us all the way over. Let's lay down on our backs here. Stretch out the hips just a little bit. So from here, we did a little bit of single leg version of this in the stretch break earlier, but let's go ahead and bring both of those knees up into our chest and try and give ourselves a big hug around those legs. You can also go kind of under the knees like this if that feels better. That's more accessible to you, but the goal is to try and get top of our quads, kind of touch the rib cage here. And just hang out and breathe. This might be a nice lower back stretch for some. Wherever we're at, just breathing. Good job, you guys. Feel that rib cage expand. I know we're kind of balled up here, but still want to be able to breathe out against those legs. One more big breath. Nice long exhales. Good work, you guys. All right, slowly, let's release those legs. All right, we are gonna flip over again. I know, lots of flipping over in this stretch break so far. So let's come down into a prone position. Means we're just lying on our stomachs here. And from here, we want to relax the entire lower body. So think from the waist down, we just want to be completely relaxed. And then we're going to place those hands up around face level and then push ourselves up into some Cobra. Now it's key that we kind of keep the hips connected to the front of the hips connected to the ground here, guys. So if you have to modify kind of where you're pushing from or how far up you go based on your comfort level, that is okay. The goal here is to kind of straighten out the arms and still have the hips connected to the ground and be able to kind of hang out here, breathe, take a deep breath. All right, let's go ahead and start to bend those elbows, lower ourselves down. Nice and slow, nice and relaxing. Good. So here on the ground, the prone position, let's take another deep breath. Appreciate this kind of relaxed position. And then let's push ourselves up into that spinal extension one more time. Again, another viable option here is just hanging out on the elbows. This will kind of give you the same extension in the spine. Might be a little more comfortable or doable. We want to make sure we can comfortably breathe in these positions. Because if you can't breathe in that position, you don't own that position. All right, guys, one more breath here. And on the exhale, slowly let yourself down. Good control, you guys, good control. All right, flipping onto our side now. Take a moment. We're about to get some nice rotation in here, guys. So starting position for this one, we want the knees stacked up on top of each other, right up around hip level, 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here. With those arms outstretched straight in front of us, we're going to start to open up ourselves kind of like a big book. So feel free to rest your head or keep it up. What we're going to do, that top arm is going to start to open the body up, and we're going to watch that arm all the way as it goes and opens up. We want to turn our heads and our torsos, but keep those legs solid where they're at. Take a moment in that outstretched position, and then let's bring it all the way back. Eyes still following that top hand every step of the way. We can start to slowly kind of move at our own pace here. You don't have to move quickly with this one, guys. Trying to get some nice rotation into the middle of our spine. Good work, everybody. Good work. Taking a deep breath in that outstretched position. I kind of help you stretch a little more. You'll feel on that exhale, you'll probably sink down just a little bit lower towards the ground. All right, guys, fourth one. We'll make this our last one. Opening up, maybe pausing, and then taking a breath. Good job, you guys. Watch that hand all the way to the closed book. Great work. Okay, let's go ahead and flip over to the other side. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Got a few of these, and then we'll finish with some hip flexors. All right, you guys, same deal. Let's start to move at your own pace. Opening up and then closing the book, watching that top hand all the way. Now, if you feel any kind of adverse pops or cracks, typically they're okay. Not as damaging as you were once led to believe. Definitely worth getting it looked at if you immediately get some pain signals to the brain. Otherwise, typically harmless. All right, guys, last time we're going to open up our books. and close it, turning that head all the way. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and bring ourselves up into a kneeling position. Last thing we're gonna do here before we go is a little bit of a hip flexor stretch. So getting one knee on the ground and one foot out in front will be our main starting position. I definitely recommend most of the time we use a pillow or something kind of soft in between our knees and the solid ground. Knees really don't like to be hung out on like this for a long period of time. Once we get in this position, we're going to find that back glute. So we want to tilt our pelvis back, squeeze that glute, same side of the knee that's on the ground. Find the abs, push the hips forward a little bit. And from here, once we have some tension, we can breathe. And if you want to add to this stretch, you can raise that same side arm up and kind of lean away from that knee that's on the ground. Still maintain that glute squeeze. Let's take a couple breaths. Good job, you guys. Way to maintain that tension, maintain that glute squeeze. Last breath. Nicely done, you guys. All right, let's switch on over to the other side. Whatever knee you started with, let's put that opposite knee down onto the ground now. Again, let's tilt that pelvis back, squeeze the glute of that same side knee on the ground, and find our abs, push our hips forward a little bit, trying to find some tension. And then from here, raising the arm up, maybe giving yourself a slight lean away from that knee that's on the ground will help you exaggerate the stretch. Maintain that tension, breathe into that tension. Good work, you guys, good work. One more breath here, last one. Maintain that squeeze. Nicely done. Okay, slowly can come out of that position, bring our arm down. That is all the time I have left for this stretch break today, guys. Thanks for joining me. Not as always, but this is the last week to complete our membership satisfaction survey. So please do so if you haven't already. Let us know how you really feel. We also have one more class on our schedule today, and that is Brittany's class at 4:30 p.m. Right, Brittany? Yeah, it's 4:30 p.m. And it is abs and core and then mobility. So you get 15 minutes. That's honestly the best of both worlds, in my opinion. So definitely check out her class. Stay safe, guys. Stay healthy out there, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, Luis.
Thanks, Luis.
See you guys. Great work.